14 ways men test women. Dating is a pretty tedious thing to do, and both men and women have their own ways to test whether their prospective partners are deserving of their love and attention. For today's video, we'll be highlighting the male perspective and share with you the 14 ways men test women, so keep on watching and enjoy today's video. 14. Does she get jealous easily? Sometimes men are curious if the woman they're interested in is the jealous type, so they'll deliberately talk about some of their female friends in front of you and watch how you'll react. Some men are put off when their girlfriends become envious of their female friends, but several other men want you to act jealous when they talk about some of their close female friends like that. Either way, he'll test how you'll react to these instances to determine if you're a jealous person or not. 13. Does she like sports? It's pretty normal for most men to be active in sports, be it football or basketball, you name it. So it's only natural for them to test if the woman they're curious about also shares the same interest. You don't have to be all gaga about the sport, but it's enough if you are pretty knowledgeable about it. Plus, this could also entail a sports date in the future where you can bond better than regular dates. 12. Does she have the same humor as I do? For men, one of the most attractive traits women can have is being funny, so oftentimes men will try and gauge your funny meter if you share the same funny bone or not. This could be pretty tricky, especially since there are various kinds of humor out there, and the satirical and sarcastic ones are pretty hard to get at times. Then there's also the dark humor, which could be pretty morbid for those unaware of it. Either way, if you're a woman who knows how to pick up signs and subtle change of tone of voice, then you're good to go. Careful with men who like to say jokes with deadpan voices, though they're pretty hard to read. 11. Are we compatible? For some, astrology also plays a crucial role in relationships. Whether you believe it or not, a large portion of the population is a firm believer in zodiac signs and their compatibilities with each other. After all, a person's characteristic traits are written in the stars, and you can't deny how some zodiac signs have great chemistry. Though not all men, there are a few who seek astrology experts on the potential compatibility they have with their prospective partners. But in this day and age, people are more open and accepting of spirituality and zodiacs, so might as well have a talk with your prospective partner about what their sign is. 10. Is she adventurous? Another test men like to do on women is to see if she's adventurous. Being free-spirited is another trait that men are hopelessly attracted to in women, so girls, don't be surprised if he takes you out on a trekking date, or maybe even surprises you with a trip to the gun range. Either way, they're trying to see how you will react in uncomfortable situations, which are often accompanied by stress and fatigue. We know it can be a bit extreme, but maybe you'll also get to enjoy another side of yourself that you haven't known before. And on the upside, you could also take a look at how a man reacts in stressful situations as well. 9. Is she down to earth? Whether you're a man or a woman, sometimes you can't help but test other people's characters and even potential partners. Men do these as well to someone they're interested in, and one example they will most likely put you under is how will you treat those around you. He might take you out on a date in a restaurant with poor reviews and a very mean staff to see how you will react. Will you become arrogant or start bullying the waiters for the wrong order? Maybe you'll even ask to meet with the restaurant's manager to give him a piece of your mind. Ladies, be mindful of your surroundings and the people around you. Being kind and down to earth is absolutely cost-free, so those of you who have a hard time keeping your temper in check might as well start practicing patience now. 8. Is she intelligent? Who doesn't like an intelligent person? It's one of the sexiest traits a person could have, so you may have passed the aforementioned tests he put you through, but being intelligent will be a bonus too. He'll try and test your intelligence by asking about your views in life, whether they be political, religious, or even controversial takes, and he may even quiz you on the current events to gauge if he can have intellectual conversations with you. A man will commit to a woman who he thinks is in equal standing, such as himself, so this is your chance to knock his socks off with your brains. 7. Are you committed to him? We know it's somewhat of a taboo to talk about your previous relationships, but men by nature are far nosier than women are, so in one way or another, they'll try to find out what happened with your previous relationships and how it ended. Did you and your ex split because of a third party? Was it your fault or theirs? Will you fully commit yourself to him? These are some of the things men will try to find out, and this could also be a deciding factor if they want to pursue you or not. 6. How does she look without makeup? First dates are usually nerve-wracking, so you always put your best foot forward. Women spend a lot of time getting dolled up to look their best in the hopes of making a lasting, favorable expression to their dates. But men sometimes can't help but be curious about what it's like underneath all those makeup, since a lot of men have openly shared that they like women who don't wear makeup or at least use as little as possible. Just a little tip for the ladies, it's best if you apply makeup that highlights your features. Forget hiding those blemishes and embrace natural. But then again, it's always your choice how to present yourself, so have fun and just be you. 5. How will she react if I? Physically demanding and awkward situations aren't the only times a man will test you in the course of getting to know him. Multiple times, he'll test your patience in different situations, like how you'll react if he cancels date night at the last minute, or what you'll do once both of you ended up getting stranded in the middle of nowhere because of a flat tire. Will you shout at him, blame him for a ruined night, or maybe you'll just laugh it off and think of the bright side? Knowing how you'll respond in these situations may make or break your future relationship. 4. Is she dating me for my money? Cases of women dating men just to get their money is a pretty common story, since there are some truths to it. Although not all women are out to access their boyfriends' wallets, men can't help but be cautious when they're approaching women. This is another reason why most men refuse to disclose their standing in life, job, and how much they earn, to see if people genuinely like them for who they are and not because of their wealth. 3. Is she a flexible person? Continuing with the list, men would also test you if you're open to being flexible, such as making plans unannounced to see if you're interested to get dinner or having coffee. Especially during these times when everyone's a little busy running around doing work and errands, he will appreciate it if you can grant his sudden request without sounding a little too needy or desperate. How does she react to surprises? Do you like surprises? Impromptu trips and events sprung upon you out of the blue. If so, then you won't suffer a lot from him surprising you out of the blue. Usually, one party likes to take control over a relationship, and sometimes men like to test if you will do so during the courting stages of your relationship. A lot of women do enjoy surprises, but there's also a small percentage of them who absolutely scoffs at the idea of surprises. Can't really blame them, especially if they're dealing with anxiety, can we? Is she sexually open? Last but not least, one of the things men will test women for is how much they're sexually open. There's no denying the fact that intercourse plays an important role in a healthy and lasting relationship, but a man will check in with you first if you're the type who's modest, or maybe you're liberated with your body. To be honest, people should really mind their own bodies, but men like women who have a certain level of self-respect for their bodies. The getting to know the stage in every relationship can be pretty tricky, but we're sure you'll find your ideal partner one way or another. As always, thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to see more content like this.